Chatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, we welcome all of the wonderful devotees who have joined us over YouTube Live, wonderful devotees who've joined us over Facebook Live, and wonderful dear devotees who have joined us over Zoom. We welcome each and every one of you to this day 4 of Sri Utsavamrita, where we'll be listening. We generally, in these Utsavamrita sessions, we listen to nectarian katha and meditations on upcoming festivals, appearance and disappearance days of our acharyas, and so on and so forth. So before we continue, we'd like to announce and congratulate the participants from the quiz session from yesterday. We'd like to congratulate Hari Prasad Prabhu, Mother Amrita Radhika, Anjudi, Shimantadvi Prabhu and Vaijayanti Lalita Mataji, Meetanjali Pradhan Mataji, Meera Bhushan Mataji, Tithi Mitra Mataji, Janeshwar Gauranga Prabhu, Prashana Chitra Mataji, and Ananga Mohini Gopika. Thank you all so very much for participating in the quiz session.
So in today's session, we will discuss why Lakshmana came as Lord Balaram. Then we will discuss the glories and the sweet pastime of Lord Balaram. And then how to attract the grace of the divine couple. And then we'll discuss on the glories of Sri Jhulan Yatra, the swing pastimes of Sri Radha Gopinath ji. Although Lord Balaram's appearance day has already passed last week, we thought we'll dedicate today's session in glorifying Lord Balaram, because only when we glorify Lord Balaram can we be in the right mood, in the right consciousness to welcome Sri Krishna into our hearts, whose appearance day we will be celebrating this weekend. So today's topic is on why did Lakshman want to come as Lord Balaram?
So in Sri Rama Leela, we see that Lakshmana was the darling younger brother of Lord Sri Ramachandra and who was the constant companion of Lord Ram. Then why did Lakshmana have this desire? So we will find out all of this, and we'll find out the answer to this towards the end of the session. So without further ado, we'll start on Lord Balaram by starting and invoking his Pranam mantra.
So we will request everyone to please repeat this Pranam mantra, one line at a time after us.
Namaste tu halagrama.
Namaste tu halagrama.
Namaste mushalayudha.
Namaste mushalayudha.
Namaste revati kanta.
Namaste revati kanta.
Namaste bhakta vatsala.
Namaste bhakta vatsala.
Namaste balinam shrestha.
Namaste balinam shrestha.
Namaste dharani dhara.
Namaste dharani dhara.
Pralambare namaste tu.
Pralambari namaste tu.
Trahimam Krishna purvaja.
Trahimam Krishna purvaja.
Haribo, Jai Shri Balaram Dauji Maharaj ki Jai. So we'd request a quiz. We will be having some short quizzes in between. So we request everyone to be turning off your microphones, please. Please do turn off your microphones. But we would request everyone to send in chat messages. So please, can you please everybody mute your phones? Thank you very much. Mute your mics and just send us chat messages on this quiz that what is the weapon of Lord Balaram? What does he carry? Hare Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Jai, everybody answered very nicely. We'll just open up the chat.
Some of you answered mace and plow, some just plow.
So we are very thankful to everyone. Yes, Lord Balaram's weapon is a mace and a plow. So that's why the first line of the mantra, we say Namaste tu Halagrama. So why does Lord Balaram carry a plow?
Lord Balaram, it is said that he is cultivating the field of our hearts, of all the eternal living entities, the jivas. And a plow is used to make the land fertile. That's the purpose of the plow. And to remove any unwanted weeds from the fields. Similarly, Lord Balaram is plowing the hearts of the living entities to prepare all of our hearts, to make our hearts fertile. He's preparing them. And then, as Adi Guru, the original spiritual master, Lord Balaram, after plowing the fields, plants the seed of bhakti, devotion in our hearts. Balaram empowers his representative. That's why a guru is considered to be a representative of Lord Balaram, who is the Adi Guru, the original guru. And it's sometimes a painful process, but he helps us during this whole time by providing us the soft, soothing association of devotees. He also weeds out all of our anarthas, our negative emotions, so we can execute pure, unalloyed, unmotivated devotional service.
Hari Hari. So the next quiz question is that whom did Lord Balaram pull with his plow? We'll chant only one Hare Krishna mantra and let's see the quiz answers. Everyone, please type in your answers.
Jai
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Jai Jai Jai. Very nice. Some devotees said Yamuna. And of course, I asked whom. So yes, the answer is correct. But Mitanjali Mataji also said Hastinapur, which is also correct, that Lord Balaram pulled the entire kingdom of Hastinapur by his plow. So it is said that this particular pastime of Khiche Dao, that once Lord Balaram, who was, of course, he had left Vrindavan along with Krishna, and then he came back and he spent an entire 2 months in Vrindavan. And at that time, he enjoyed pastimes of Madhurya Ras with his gopi friends. Of course, Lord Balaram's gopi friends were different than that of Krishna's. Lord Balaram never, he was very, with respect, he treated the gopis of Krishna. So Lord Balaram had his own set of gopis with whom he was enjoying at the banks of the river Yamuna at a place called Sri Rama Ghat. And at that time, he was, so much, intoxicated by drinking his favorite drink, which is called as, what is Lord Balaram's drink called as? Please type in your answers. What is his favorite drink? So Balaram, yes, Varuni. Varuni is the answer. Ranjani Gopika. Thank you everybody for your beautiful answers. So Varuni was his favorite drink and he drank that. It's basically just honey. So he drank the Varuni and he got intoxicated and he ordered Yamuna to come here to me. And then Yamuna did not respond. Yamuna Devi did not just respond. So Balaram took up his favorite weapon, this plow, when after he was
Frolicking.
frolicking with the gopis, and then Lord Balaram, he got so angry that he actually dragged Yamuna Devi in 100 streams. So, understanding the position of Lord Balaram, Yamuna Devi personally appeared and offered her prayers to Lord Balaram in his glorification. So, even till today, we can see in the back of this temple of Ramghat, Yamuna Devi is actually flowing straight, but just at this place, there's a Y because Lord Balaram had pulled her, and therefore, this deity of Lord Balaram at Ramghat is called as Khiche Dao. Khiche Dao, Khichna means to pull. So he pulled Yamuna Devi with his plow, and that's why he's called as Khiche Dalji Maharaj Ki Jai. So this is the pastime of Namaste to Halagrama. Now next line is Namaste Mushalayudha. What does Mushalayudha mean? What is Mushala? What does it really mean? Anybody? Mushalayudha
Jai
means
Shri Krishna Chaitanya
Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhara, Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Haribol. Well, Mushalayudha means he is very fond of wrestling.
We could take the hint from the slide.
So in the fighting arena in Mathura, Krishna is said to have fought with Chanura, and Lord Balaram fought with Mushtika. And at that time, the way they fought was very, very vigorous. They actually struck each other's fists, their knees, head against their head, and chest against chest. And they carried each other, pushing each other away in this way. But Mushtika, we can see how he's fighting with Lord Balaram. And Mushtika received a violent blow from the mighty Lord Balaram's palm, and the demon trembled all over in great pain. He vomited blood and then fell lifeless onto the ground like a tree which is blown down by powerful wind. So just by one, blow, Lord Balaram just finished Mushtika.
And this is such a beautiful picture. If you see the stance of Krishna, the stance of Balaram, especially, is so elegant and he's so well balanced. If someone knows about the wrestling, this is a very, very elegant position that he is in. And they look so beautiful, both of them.
And it is said that, beautiful description in the Srimad Bhagavatam is there in this, just based on this picture, that the beauty of Lord Balaram and Krishna are so mesmerizing that everybody in Mathura, they were saying that these two boys, they appear as delicate as flowers, but they are striking as deadly as thunderbolt upon these, mountainous figures like these demons of Chanura and Mushtika. So now we come to the next line of the mantra, which is Namaste Revati Kanta.
So, who is, so here, what is the meaning of Revati Kanta? Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhara, Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Perfect answers, everybody. The Lord of Revati, the husband of Revati. Beautiful answers. Thank you all so very much.
So there is this wonderful pastime of how Revati and Balaram came together in marriage. In Satya Yuga, there was a king, his name was Raivata, not Airavata, just Raivata. And his daughter was Revati. She was so excellent in all respects. And she was so excellent that Raivata was not able to find a suitable match for her. And the king, he took her to the court of Brahma for his advice. And then, after waiting for some time, when the king met with Brahma, he was shocked to learn that in the short time that Raivata was in Brahmaloka waiting to meet Lord Brahma, because of the time difference between Brahmaloka and Earth, millions of years had already passed on Earth. And at that time, Dwapar Yuga was concluding on Earth. He had gone in Satya Yuga, and just by the time he went and came back, was about to come back, it was Dwapar Yuga. And however, Lord Brahma informed King Raivata that, look, by now your kingdom is destroyed. By the time you go back to Earth, everything is gone. No one would be able to recognize you. But your purpose is to get your daughter married to the most suitable person. And I have one such suitable person for your daughter. And Lord Brahma informed King Raivata that presently at this time, Lord Balaram was present on planet Earth. He was more than qualified to be the husband of Revati. And then King Raivata returned, approached Lord Balaram to accept Revati as his wife. But Revati belonged to an earlier yuga when people were much, much taller physically. So Lord Balaram, he said, well, I will marry, but then she will have to come to the size of Dwapar Yuga. And of course, in Dwapar Yuga, they were much taller than all of us in Kali Yuga. But still, Lord Balaram, he extended his plow and put it on her shoulder and head and pulled it down until she shrunk to an appropriate size and accepted Revati as his wife.
Jai Shri Revati Kanta ki
Jai.
Jai. So the next line says, Namaste Bhakta Vatsala. So in this regard, it is said that as the elder brother of Krishna, Lord Balaram was actually the object of Krishna's love and respect. And once, in fact, when both of them were walking in the forest of Vrindavan, Krishna observed that all the trees that were surrounding them, they were bending down as if they were offering their obeisances. They were coming as personified, and they were coming and offering obeisances to the lotus feet of Lord Balaram. And he glorified, Krishna glorified Lord Balaram.
Look at this picture. It's so beautifully depicting the mood of Lord Balaram. It is said that between Krishna and Balaram, there is only one difference, that Krishna is Shama in color, Megha Shama, and Balaram is white. There is another difference, which is in the mood. As you can see here, Balaram is in such a mood of service to Krishna. So Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, and Balaram is the servitor personality of Godhead.
There you go. So then, Lord Krishna, he glorified the lotus feet of Lord Balaram to be the object of worship even for the Devatas. And Krishna said that even the trees who were impersonalists in their previous lifetimes, just by witnessing this beautiful form of Lord Balaram, they were now paying obeisances, offering their obeisances to Lord Balaram and begging for devotion, for bhakti. So we can see here, just look at the gait of Lord Balaram. Look at the way Lord Balaram is standing. So beautifully he is standing.
One time, Srila Prabhupada asked the devotees, is Krishna more powerful or is Balaram more stronger? Powerful in terms of strength. Who is stronger?
Let's put this as a quiz question.
Yes, so this was a question that Prabhupada asked his devotees. So this is the quiz question. Who is stronger, Krishna or Balaram?
Krishna, everyone
Jai
is
Shri
saying.
Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So most of you said Krishna and some said Balaram. Srila devotee said, well, Balaram is stronger because he is Balaram. Bala is in his name. He is the source of all spiritual strength. Obviously, he's stronger. He's also the elder brother. He must be stronger. But then Srila Prabhupada said, have you seen the Krishna Balaram deity in Vrindavan temple? It is in the same pose that we see in this picture. How Balaram is resting his hand on Krishna. So if Balaram is resting his hand on Krishna, which means Krishna is carrying Lord Balaram, so Krishna must be more stronger. But this is just a sweet pastime.
Yeah. So at other times, when Balaram would get tired playing, he would actually lie down on the lap of one of the cowherd boys, and Krishna would personally massage the lotus feet of Lord Balaram. He would fan him personally and massage his lotus feet and offer his services to Lord Balaram. Such is the sweet, sweet reciprocation of love between Krishna and Lord Balaram. So the next quiz question is, Namaste Balinam Shrestha. What does Balinam Shrestha mean? And can you also, okay, forget the first question, sorry, not Balinam Shrestha. Let us answer this quiz question, that who are some of the demons that were killed by Lord Balaram? Name some of the demons who were killed by Lord Balaram. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Very, very good. Everybody's giving fantastic answers.
Yes, Pralambasura, Dhenukasura, there is Dvivida gorilla, there is also so many other Balvala that he killed. Also Romaharshana Sutta, although he was not a demon, but his demoniac mentality was killed in one sense by Lord Balaram.
And also there were also some of the wrestlers like Mushtika and some other wrestlers in the arena of King Kamsa who were killed by Lord Balaram. So we have here Lord Balaram killing Dhenukasura. We have here Lord Balaram killing Pralambasura, killing Dvivida. So like this, Dvivida. Now who is actually Dvivida? Dvivida was a great guerrilla general in King Sugriva's army, and he had actually great respect for Lord Ramachandra, but he had somewhat of a competitive mentality towards Lakshmana.
So Dvivida, along with Hanuman and Jambavan, carried themselves from Treta Yuga into Dwapar Yuga, Lord Ramachandra, Treta Yuga into Dwapar Yuga. And because of the offensive attitude of Dvivida towards Lakshmana, Dvivida became closely associated with demons in Dwapar Yuga, like Banasura, like Bhaumasura. Bhaumasura actually was Lord Varahadev's son. when Lord Varahadev touched Bhumi Devi. He was there, but then because of bad association of Banasura, he became a demon. And then because of both of their association, Dvivida, because got this uh, offensive mentality increased. And then that same Lakshmana, who is now Lord Balaram, who came as Balaram, killed Dvivida gorilla when he was creating havoc in the Raivataka hills. So we should understand from this that sometimes there are people who say, oh, I only respect God or Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. I don't respect any guru. I don't need anyone between me and Krishna. I will directly serve Krishna. If we have this mentality, we should understand this is like Dvivida gorilla's mentality, where we are envious of Krishna's representative. Krishna says that you can approach me only through my devotee. And one who is humble can actually accept this. Otherwise, we will get offensive and then we'll get into bad association as a result of that.
So the next line of the
And then Balaram has to come to purify us.
Purify our offensive mentality.
Yes.
So the next line of Lord Balaram's Pranam mantra is Namaste Dharani Dhara. Now, before we move on, look at this beautiful picture of Lord Balaram after he just smashed Dvivida. He actually punched Dvivida and he started vomiting blood and he was just killed in that way. And look at Lord Balaram, the way he's standing on the, slain victory over Dvivida. Jai Shri Balaram, Dauji Maharaj ki Jai. So as we said, the next line is Dharani Dhara. Namaste Dharani Dhara. Dharani means the earth. And Dhara means, who makes the earth rest upon himself. So as Lord Anantashesh, Lord Balaram holds up the entire universe, not just the earth, but he holds up the entire universe upon his hoods. Jai Shri Anantashesh Balaram Ji Maharaj ki Jai.
And with each of his hoods, thousands of hoods, he is glorifying Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead since thousands and thousands of millenniums, and he has still not completed the glories. Such are the glories of Krishna, and how Balaram loves glorifying Krishna.
Jai, Jai, Jai. And next line of the mantra is Pralambare Namaste Tu.
Meaning the enemy of Pralambasura. Pralamba Ari. Lord Balaram killed two demons in Vrajadham, Dhenukasura and Pralambasura. Dhenukasura represents bad mentality of overburdened load carrying, and Pralambasura represents illicit sex and desire for profit, adoration, and distinction. And these contaminations that they represent has to be removed by the endeavor of the devotee. Then by Balaram's mercy, they will be eradicated. Sometimes we feel, oh, if I just chant Hare Krishna, that's good enough. I don't need to do anything else. Yes, that is true in one sense, but then as we discussed yesterday, sadhana bhakti is an expression of our commitment to Krishna to show that we are serious about coming back to him. We are serious about pleasing him. And therefore, we must show our commitment to chant Hare Krishna. At the same time, we should make our own endeavors to keep ourselves as pure as possible, to make sure that we are trying as much as we can to control our emotions and thoughts and direct them towards Krishna, not allow negative emotions and negative thoughts to overpower us. And yes, we should understand we are not the controllers. Ultimately, Krishna can control, but we must make separate endeavor to control it. When Krishna sees that, oh, this person is endeavoring and now they're getting overpowered, then Balaram comes and helps. So however insurmountable our emotions, negative emotions may feel, we must show our vigor and endeavor to fight against it, and simultaneously pray to Lord Balaram, chant Hare Krishna, and then they will come and eradicate. But sometimes some devotees, some of us may less rest on the laurels of chanting Hare Krishna. I'll chant Hare Krishna and I'll also engage in these negative emotions, and eventually somehow I'll be purified. Yes, we will be, but it will be a very, very painful experience. So if we keep endeavoring, Lord Balaram's mercy we can attract, and this process of removing these weeds needs guidance from a bona fide spiritual master. So Adi Guru, which is Lord Balaram, sends his representative spiritual master. And when the aspiring devotee takes shelter of Guru, the spiritual master, they receive some of that transcendental Shakti to overcome the influence of Dhenukasura, to overcome the influence of Pralambasura in our hearts. Now, Lord Balaram, if you see, in both of these cases, in Pralambasura and in Dhenukasura, he used his heavy fists. For Pralambasura, he used his fist to strike him. With Dhenukasura, he used his fists to grab him and twirl him around and throw him on the tala trees. But he always used his fists. Even with Mushtika, even with Dvivida, he used his fists.
So he has his plow, but Lord Balaram doesn't use his plow to kill anybody. He always uses his fists to just, no weapon. It's just his fist is enough to kill the demons.
And if we endeavor to kill the weeds or pluck out the weeds as much as possible, and if we are not able to, Balaram will come and kill those demons within our hearts. But he first wants to see that we are endeavoring ourselves to do that as well. And this fist, all these demons represent the ego, and with heavy fist, just like Guru. Guru means heavy. The literal meaning of Guru means heavy, like Gurutva Shakti. So Balaram's fists are very heavy.
Very, very. And then the final line of Lord Balaram's Pranam mantra is Trahimam Krishna Purvaja, which means obeisances to the one who chose to appear as the elder brother of Sri Krishna. So now we will discuss why Lakshmana, why did he choose to come as Lord Balaram?
So after the Ram Leela was completed, it is said that Lord Balaram in his form as Ananta Shesha, he approached Krishna and he said, Krishna, I'm very unhappy. Why you took me as your younger brother as Lakshmana when you came as Rama? So Krishna said, why? What happened? I thought you were very happy. No, because I was your younger brother, I could not say anything, I could not do anything when you were being banished from the kingdom. How much I felt that I would be your elder brother and give you instruction to not go. When so many atrocities were happening to Mother Sita, I was so helpless. So this time, when you go in your original form of Krishna, I would also like to come with you, but in my original form of Balaram, as your elder brother, so I can chastise you and protect you whenever possible.
But Krishna just smiled and he said, okay, your desire will be fulfilled. You can go as my elder brother. But my dear Balaram, Krishna thought in his mind, whether you come as my younger brother or you come as my elder brother, I'll do what I want and I'll make it appear that I'm following your instructions. So don't worry, you can go ahead and be my elder brother. So therefore, Lord Balaram, he came as the elder brother of Krishna in this particular pastime. And he has, manifested. Lord Balaram actually serves Krishna in all the rasas, in all different mellows. Lord Balaram is serving Krishna. Especially we see in the 5 primary rasas. So we see in the Shantaras how, the ornaments that Krishna wears, the outfits that Krishna wears, the musical instruments that we play during Kirtan, the Arati paraphernalia that we use to offer Arati to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, all of that is an expansion of Lord Balaram himself in Shantaras.
In Dasyaras, a quiz question. How does Balaram serve Krishna in the Dasyaras? Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Yes.
Yes, correct. So as Ananta Shesh, as massaging his lotus feet, Balaram is the first servant of Lord Krishna. Both Krishna and Balaram are Supreme Personality of Godhead. Only two differences as we discussed. One is complexion, Krishna is black, Balaram is white, and the mood is the second distinction. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead in the mood of an enjoyer, and Lord Balaram is the Supreme Personality in the mood of the servant. Then he also helps in Sakhya He serves Krishna in Sakhya because Lord Balaram keeps all of Krishna's secrets and pastime of Radha Krishna.
So there's this wonderful, beautiful pastime that how Lord Balaram is the keeper of all secrets. So in this pastime, Krishna, after Mother Jashoda would put Krishna, Balaram, both of them to sleep, and Mother Jashoda would go and take rest in her room, Lord Krishna would then wake up. And then in the middle of the night, he would go and he would meet with the gopis and Srimati Radharani. And Lord Balaram was the only one who knew this secret. So Krishna would go, and then after enjoying an entire night with the gopis and Srimati Radharani, Krishna would then come back early in the morning, and then he would again slip into his bed, and nobody in the house would know except for Lord Balaram. So one night, actually, what happened is when Krishna, and Vrinda Devi would engage all the birds to melodiously sing, in the early morning hours, so that both Srimati Radharani and Krishna can go to their respective homes. So when they were both resting, Shri Radha and Gopinathji, when they were resting, at that time, Vrinda Devi's alarm clocks, the birds, they started singing, chick, 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 time to get up, time to get up. And when they were doing that that day, they got a little late. So in their hurry, Srimati Radharani, she draped on Krishna's dhoti as her sari, and Sri Krishna draped Srimati Radharani's blue sari as his dhoti. And then Krishna, when he just came inside into his Nanda Bhavan and he was about to slip into his bed, Lord Balaram, he saw Krishna and said, Kanha, you're late today, and what are you wearing? Where's your pitambari vastra? Where's your yellow dhoti? Why are you wearing this blue sari and you're coming in this dhoti like this? What is this? If this is your condition, what would have happened to Srimati Radharani? So then immediately Lord Balaram, he arranged for some of the elderly gopis of the palace to take Srimati Radharani's sari and everything to the palace of Srimati Radharani, and then somehow get Krishna's dhoti, and then, conclude this pastime so that both of them would not be in trouble. So in this way, Lord Balaram, he is the keeper of all secrets, and that is what friends do. Friends keep each other's secrets. So Krishna was not getting caught, or Srimati Radharani was also not getting caught, just because Lord Balaram is always acting. He's always so proactive in arranging and making sure that Krishna never gets affected by any of that, or keeping Krishna's secrets very, very safe.
Then Vatsalyaras. Lord Balaram is very, very protective of Krishna.
So it is said in the Kaliya pastime when Krishna was, when he jumped into the Jamuna, at that time, Lord Balaram did not worry. He said, yes, yes, Kanha, please go, please go. You can chastise Kaliya and come back. But when, Krishna came out like this from the Jamuna and he was intertwined in the coils of Kaliya, Lord Balaram actually lost consciousness for some time because he was so protective. He felt so protective of his beloved younger brother Krishna. And at that moment, because of his parental love to Krishna, Lord Balaram, just for a moment, he forgot that this is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But he just felt so protected that, oh, my Kanha, my dear brother, you're in the, imagine seeing your little brother in the coils of these huge serpent and so many hoods, and the serpent is like killing you, torturing you. How would the elder brother feel? That was exactly what Lord Balaram was feeling. And he was not making it up. He was actually feeling that parental affection towards Krishna during this subduing of Kaliya pastime.
And then in Madhurya Rasa, he comes as Ananga Manjiri.
Hari Hari. So in Madhurya Ras, it is said that Lord Balaram can't come as himself, because Srimati Radharani, she becomes very, very shy. If Lord Balaram, who is the elder brother of Krishna, comes, she becomes very, very shy and she's not able to openly mingle with Krishna. So in order to avoid, to embarrass Srimati Radharani, Lord Balaram actually expands himself as this beautiful Manjari, Ananga Manjari. And Ananga Manjari is actually the younger sister of Srimati Radharani herself. So very, very special. And she's the one who organizes many, many festivals.
And so one such festival is the swing festival, Jhulan Yatra, which is the perfect object of meditation for those of us who are desiring a taste of devotional service. This Jhulan Yatra is actually a festival that Krishna personally observes, and it's organized by Balaram himself in his expansion of Sri Ananga Manjari. And so a couple of weeks ago, there was the Jhulan Yatra festival started. And so this is a wonderful occasion to glorify Lord Balaram as Sri Ananga Manjari, organizing this Jhulan Yatra festival. And Sri Ananga Manjari, who is none other than Lord Balaram, enjoys it very, very much. We get a chance to swing the Lord and Srimati Radharani every year during the Jhulan Yatra, because this is a ceremonial function of Lord Krishna's pastimes that reflects that practically how can we render service to the Lord for his pleasure? How do devotees in the spiritual world render service to the Lord practically? This festival is not just like a ritual or something that just has to be done mechanically, but it's an opportunity for us to engage in practical service, to invoke and revive our loving relationship with the Lord. So during these times of the Jhulan Yatra festival, every temple, every home has a swing, and the deities of Radha Krishna are placed on it. And while singing Radha Krishna Pranamora, we swing the divine couple. And depending on our mood, it is non-different than the services that are rendered in the spiritual world. These manjaris, they are headed by Sri Ananga Manjari, Sri Rupa Manjari, and Sri Vrinda Devi. They organize this swing festival, which is a special place in Vrindavan. Manjaris are actually girls who are less than 12 years old, because all the gopis are of the same age as Radharani, around 14 years, 15 years old. And Srimati Radharani is very shy in front of gopis to be intimate with Krishna. But in front of the manjaris, they are little children. So she's not so shy. So when Radha and Krishna want to become intimate, the manjaris are the ones who are around serving them. And that is this this particular swing festival is held in a special place in Vrindavan that we see in the photograph. This is bordered by a line of desire trees, which are of equal height, and they are with round trunks and branches whose ends are actually intertwined, as we see here, and they leave a space, a bare space in the middle. And the forest gods, under the instructions of Ananga Manjari and Vrinda Devi, who is none other than Tulsi Maharani, they decorate these canopies with strings of various kinds of fruits, with fine scented chamaras, and they resemble like white lotuses. The chamaras, as you can see in the picture, they are hanging around and they look like blooming white lotuses born from the sky, or they sometimes look as swans, which are flying up from the lake of the moonlight. And then all the birds, they are eager to see this wonderful swing festival. And these birds, they sing the glories of Krishna while their own hearts are just swinging in delight, seeing the divine couple swing. This is one representation of Shuka and Sari, the parrots of Srimati Radharani.
And appearing like touchstone for the pleasurable pastimes, the beautiful gopis, they suddenly manifest out of nowhere, as if coming directly from the desire trees. They just come and they just start participating in this Jhulan Yatra. Now, mind it that just now only the preparations of Jhulan have started. The Manjaris, and Srimati Vrinda Devi, the forest gods, they're all arranging for the swing pastime. Shri Radha and Gopinath ji have not yet come. So first, the Manjaris are arranging, then the gopis now have appeared. Now, let us see how they have come. Their effulgent bodies are adorned with festive colored sashes and tinkling waist belts. The soft rounded shoulders of the gopis, they're so delicate, and the gopis have tucked flower arrows in their girdles, and they hold flower bombs in their hands. So we'll see what they're going to do with all those flower bombs and flower arrows. So the gopis, when they come, they are holding thousands of flasks of the water which is filled with aguru, musk, camphor, sandalwood, and these thin, delicate flasks. They are so delicate that it would appear that they would just break even if we breathe loudly. So all the other gopis, some of them were carrying these beautiful drinks, some of them were carrying musical instruments, they were carrying, pitchkaris, water syringes to, sprinkle this holy water, aroma-filled water upon the divine couple when they come. So the gopis were looking like well-armed soldiers ready for the battle of love when Shri Radha Gopinath ji come. So they were anxiously waiting for the arrival of Shri Radha and Krishna, so that they could start the Jhulan Yatra. So Krishna, and this is the flower bombs that the gopis are holding in their hands. We can see how beautiful flower bombs, it's basically flowers, and they are just strung together, appearing like a ball, which they will throw on each other, and we'll see how they play with it. So Krishna, he enters the swing arena with his left arm resting on Srimati Radharani's shoulder, which is holding his flute, like we see here. And in his right hand, Krishna is twirling a lotus flower, like we see here. And his bangles are chiming so happily. So this is somehow, by the mercy of Lord Balaram, by the mercy of Ananga Manjari, we found this beautiful picture, which is the exact description that is given in Ananda Vrindavan Champu, that how Krishna comes into the Jhulan Yatra festival.
And when Krishna arrives, a pleasing peacock feather is on top of his reddish turban that very attractively tilts to one side. And Krishna's elegant earrings and their ear lotuses, they swing in the breeze that are like, the breeze is created by the bees who are circling his head. They go, zzz, and suddenly there's a breeze because of their movements. And then his limbs are adorned with fine cloth, which are lit by these different jewels of his crown and his bracelets. Remember, it's dark there, but still the light is coming from his self and his jewels. And then Krishna shines attractively with his pearl necklaces, which are tinged red of his from the rays from his Kaustubha jewel, Kaustubha money. And as he walks as if he is gliding. These light, delicate footsteps, so graceful, so playful. And then his lotus feet are adorned with jeweled anklets and bells on the anklets. So as Krishna is delicately walking as if he's gliding, these anklets are making the soft, beautiful sound. There are the trees, the creepers that we see behind. They are all devotees. They are all souls who are surrendered to Krishna and Shantaras. These trees and creepers, they feel such rapture, such ecstasy, that their limbs just erupt with tiny bumps. And these honey stream down like a torrent of tears from each of their pores. And then there are peacocks all around. They stare at Sri Sri Radha and Krishna, and they are seeing, it looks as if dark rain clouds are imbued with flashing lightning. Krishna as the dark rain cloud and Srimati Radharani as the flashing lightning. And the peacocks, they just joyfully start swooning and singing the name of Krishna and dancing for their pleasure.
Hari Hari.
In this atmosphere, Krishna mounts the attractive, the comfortable seat of the swing, makes sure it is just right for Radharani to come in. Krishna at that time looks like a regal, like a crest jewel, sitting on the cotton seats. And then he holds out his hands, and trembling out of ecstatic love, Sri Radhika elegantly comes and sits beside Krishna, who then rests his left arm on Radhika's shoulder.
And when Sri Krishna ascended the exquisite swing and displayed his sweet beauty, all the gopis and manjaris, they lost all composure. They were just such a beautiful vision to behold, that now the entire preparation that they made is now fulfilled, that Sri Sri Radha Gopinathji are now sitting on the swing that they so beautifully have decorated. And now comes the pastime of throwing these flower bombs. The gopis took fistfuls of powder of the pollens from flowers from their bags, and they threw it in the air while their bangles were jingling along and scattering here and there. At that time, when the gopis were pushing the swing of Radha and Krishna, at that time, all these colors was also just getting strewn all over the place. It was, creating such a colorful atmosphere. We can see here how beautiful colors are being strewn all over by the beautiful flowers that are thrown by the gopis and the manjaris. And as the gopis and the manjaris, they were pushing the swing of Shri Radha and Krishna, Vrind Devi and all the gopis were shouting, Jai Ho, Jai, 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 Shri Radha Govinda Jiv Ki Jai.
And as they were blissfully just absorbed in swinging Shri Radha and Krishna, they hurl colored powders on the gopis. Now it's Radha and Krishna's turn. And as these powders are thrown at Krishna, this blew away in the wind, and the gopis filled their redded hands with sandalwood pipe powder, other fragrances to balm Shri Radha Gopinath while they were blissfully swinging.
Jai Jai Shri Radhe.
Shri Radhe is the supremely compassionate mother. Although she was blissfully swinging, being on the side of Krishna, she actually wanted her dear Sakhis and her friends to also enjoy with their beloved Krishna. So she elegantly descended from the swing, and Sri Radhe came and placed Lalita and Vishakha and all others on the swing. Sri Radhe seats a pair of Sakhis on Gopinath's either sides, and then she personally pushes the swing in such great joy. This is the mood of Srimati Radharani. Even though she is even the Madan Mohan Mohini. She attracts even Madan Mohan, but her mood is of Das 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 Anudas. And then Sri Gopinathji, he gets off the swing and makes Sri Radhe sit on the swing with her dearest gopis and pushes Shriji, Priyaji, and her dearest gopis. And when the Jhulan ends, the Manjaris, they relieve the divine couple by fanning them and completely immersing them with sandalwood paste to cool them down, and then offering tasty sweet fruits and refreshing cool drinks at the end of this swing festival.
So thus ends our beautiful meditation on Jhulan Yatra. So we will just conclude our session today by a beautiful meditation on the form of Lord Balaram. So this meditation will allow us to capture Lord Balaram in our hearts so that he will never escape from our hearts. So with all devotion, let us try to picturize the beautiful form of Lord Balaram and beg at the lotus feet of Lord Balaram that please, Lord Balaram, make our hearts, each of our hearts, your permanent address, your home. Please come and reside in our heart, and please never ever leave our heart. So with this prayer, let us all meditate on this beautiful, magnanimous Lord Balaram. Powerful Lord Balaram is 16 years old. He is full of the luster of youth, and he has a fair complexion, which is like the color of crystal. He wears blue garments and a garland of fresh forest flowers. Lord Balaram's lotus feet is adorned with a red dye, which is known as alta. He wears blue sapphire stone bedecked rings on his brilliantly effulgent toes. His ankles are bedecked with beautiful pearl anklets, and they are bedecked with tiny, tiny little bells which announce his majestic presence everywhere he goes with a beautiful chiming sound of chum, 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 chum. Lord Balaram, he wears a blue dhoti, and a baby pink colored satin sash is tied around his waist. And it makes his waist appear so thin that it would put to shame the waist of a lion. The beauty of Lord Balaram's waist is enhanced by the deep pinkish lotus navel of Lord Balaram, which truly appears like a pink lotus which is swimming in the crystal lake of his abdomen. His waist is also adorned with a rope for the cows and a wonderful buffalo horn. His neck is splendidly decorated with garlands of fresh forest flowers and strings of jeweled pearls and blue sapphires. His broad chest is ornamented with a garland of gunja mala. Gunja mala is red, tiny, tiny little beads which are strewn around his crystal-like chest. Splendid armlets, bracelets made out of blue sapphires and shining diamonds ornament Dauji's graceful and very strong arms. In his slender, long fingers, Sri Dauji Maharaj wears beautiful, graceful rings, which are bedecked with blue sapphire and surrounded with white diamonds. The palms of his lotus hands are reddish, and they grant fearlessness, abhayadan, to whoever takes shelter of Lord Balaram. Lord Balaram's elegant neck has three beautiful lines, and it appears just like a conch shell. The lotus face of Lord Balaram is more beautiful than a fully blossomed white lotus in the autumn season, in the Sharada season. The lotus lips of Lord Balaram are reddish. He has an elegant nose and extremely attractive, long, elongated, lotus-like eyes, which are always reddish, being intoxicated with love for Krishna. Lord Balaram's forehead is decorated with tilak, which is made from musk, because white tilak will not show on his white face. Musk, as we know, is the color black. So with black musk, Lord Balaram wears his tilak. Lord Balaram's handsome hair is tied in a graceful top knot. Splendid earrings adorn his ears. Lord Balaram's beauty is enhanced by the earrings which touch his cheeks, and Lord Balaram's voice is very, very grave, just like the thundering of clouds. And his arms are very, very long, touching up to his thighs. The splendor of Lord Balaram's transcendental form eclipses many, many millions of glistening rising moons, and the slightest scent of his boundless strength is sufficient to destroy armies and armies of demons which are in our hearts as negative emotions, as our anarthas. So let us take shelter at the lotus feet of Lord Balaram, who is the original spiritual master, the Adi Guru, the most beloved of Sri Krishna. Jai Shri Balaram Dauji Maharaj ki Jai. Hari Hari.
Hare Krishna.
So today we will dedicate a bhajan. We will sing Radha Krishna Pranam Mora in honor of Jhulan Yatra, and also in honor of Sri Ananga Manjari, who is Lord Balaram, who is organizing this beautiful festival of Sri Jhulan Yatra. And we dedicate this bhajan for the family of our dearest Anjudi and for her mother. And we dedicate the bhajan for our dearest Hemangi Mataji's mother-in-law, for our very dearest brother, for our dearest Bhakti Mataji and Krishna Sharanam Prabhu, for the family of our very dearest Amrita Radhika, for little Mehek. And we beg the Supreme Lord Sri Nrsingadev and Lord Balaram to grant protection strength and fearlessness to everyone. So this song is written by Srila Narottam Das Thakur, and it is in the Prarthana book. So the lyrics have been posted. So here is the song. We dedicate the kirtan for also Venkatapati Prabhu for his speedy recovery, and for all the devotees in the Hyderabad Yatra. Hare Krishna.
Radha Krishna Pranam Jhulan Radha Krishna Radha Krishna Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Dasarodha Radha Krishna Pranam Jhula Kishore Radha Krishna Pranam Jhula Kishore
Jai Shri Radha Gopinath Ji Jai. Shri Ananda Manjari Ki Jai. Shri Balaram Daji Maharaj Ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you for your patience. Today's session was a little longer than usual, but we feel it was definitely worth it. We hope that you share our thoughts and our ecstasies and our understanding in this. So today's questions. First, why does Lord Balaram carry a plow?
Second, whom did Lord Balaram fight in Kamsa's arena?
Third, what are the two differences between Lord Krishna and Lord Balaram?
4. How does Lord Balaram serve Lord Krishna in Madhurya Ras?
Fifth, who leads the organization of Jhulan Yatra in the spiritual world?
Fantastic quiz questions, dearest Ananga Manjari. Ananga Mohini Kopika, thank you.
Okay, so let's open the lines for questions and comments and realizations, reflections.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji Prabhuji, Dandavad Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. I thought let US devotees first share their realization. I'll wait because here it is morning. So I'll share the last Mataji Prabhuji. Let them share first. Okay, it is late for you all guys, right? I'll share at the end. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Anybody would like to share?
Or ask any questions.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavad Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Charanam Prabhu.
So beautiful narration, so beautiful pastime, and especially the meditation that you did on Balaram, that was so beautiful. It was like, looking at Balaram standing before you. So it was really, really beautiful. And there are so many pastimes actually. I think I have to go back and listen to this lecture again and again. So it's hard to remember everything, but they are all so beautiful when I heard. So thank you for sharing. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. Thank you.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Hare Krishna
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna, Lakshman Mataji, Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji, for your association.
Thank
we are
you.
so grateful. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
They're so good, like to listen on always. But you are doing only 3 days.
Well, this week we will do tomorrow as well.
Krishna willing.
Krishna willing, there is a special session to prepare our mood for Janmashtami festival.
Or we will see that again.
Krishna, Haldari, cultivate our heart tomorrow so that Krishna can come and we can enjoy him, we can serve him, we can please him. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna. Anybody else?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji Namaste Tandan Pranam.
Hare
Jai Shri
Krishna.
Prabhupada. Jai Shri Guru and Gauranga.
Hare
Thank you so much. We are very, very fortunate to have your association, Mataji. Really, really wonderful pastimes of Lord Balaramji. And such a beautiful, sweet bhajan you both sang, Mataji and Prabhuji. So, so, so sweet. Very nice for everything, Mataji. And such a wonderful quiz questions too. Today's session is very, very interesting, like we are participating while the class is going on, and it was so good. And I'm very eager to hear for tomorrow. You said you are going to give the tomorrow for the Janmashtami class. Hari Hari Bol.
Hari Hari. Jai.
Thank you, Jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu and Mataji. Hare Krishna
Hare
Pranam.
Krishna Lalita. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhupada. Thank you so much for another wonderful nectarian session. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Okay, if there are no other
Hari
questions.
Krishna.
Yes, Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhuji Mataji. Yeah, Hare Krishna. So today is very wonderful session I heard. So the meaning of a plow, why Balaram is caring to fertile our heart and to develop the bhakti in our heart. So that is very beautiful. And the purpose of he served in all rasas, you said, yeah, which we really understood. So in all five rasas, all five rasas, Balramji is serving like Krishna, and the difference between Balramji and Krishna, so we understood clearly. And the beautiful meditation, Mataji, when you said, right, I just, like Prabhuji, I closed my eyes. Really, I able to visualize Balramji in my heart. Tears are coming out. So when you say that one, right? Wow, so beautiful. So beautiful he is. And the PPT presentation, it's really mesmerizing for showing us a PPT presentation. And especially you said like the exact Jhulan Yatra, how our Lord Krishna is placing the hand on Srimati Radharani. Yeah, so the purpose of Manjari also I understood now is because Radharani feels shy in front of the other gopis, and her heart is so merciful because she is giving the opportunity for the other gopis to and enjoy the pastimes with Lord Krishna, which no one will have in this world. I understand because she knows that they're all her expansion, right? uh, Mother Srimati Radharani only the biggest. So merciful in that perspective. And singing my favorite bhajan daily basis. Before I go to sleep, I'll sleep La Krishna and Radharani. In that way, I'll sing for them daily, and then I'll make them sleep. Then only I'll go to my bed. So you both beautifully sang, very nicely sang. I'll also use this tune to sing for them daily because I listened in Chennai Ishkan, so they sang the same way, but it will be very little bit fast. But you slow melodious, so slowly you sang, right? So that is very wonderful, and making us to participate in the quiz also. So we come to know certain knowledge of that. So everything is beautiful. We never felt like it was more than 1 hour. Why it is stopping now? Let it go. But I can understand the situation is there, right, Mataji Prabhuji? Yeah, sitting 1 hour, it is not easy, Prabhuji. In this position, I know that, and you are
That's not an
for
issue.
us. No, you both are serving us. Yeah, for helping us to inculcate the bhaktis. Yeah, definitely, we will progress in our bhakti with a sincerity and dedication towards Lord Krishna and our spiritual, all of our spiritual masters as well. uh, I don't know how to say thank you to you. Beyond that, I don't know. Thank you so much for your wonderful session. It will be very helpful for us. Mataji, one simple question I'll have. So I'm not able to fast tomorrow. Is that fine, Mataji? Janmashtami. because I need to take the other food also. The doctor advised me.
Absolutely, absolutely. Please,
No problem, right? No problem.
Try if you can do Ekadashi.
Ekadashi. Yeah.
Okay, okay, Prabhuji.
You can eat
Ekadasi.
Ekadashi items.
Okay, Prabhuji. That I'll follow that one. So that will be helpful. Yeah. Thank you so much, Prabhuji and Mataji. Hare Krishna. And with
Thank you.
Pranam.
Take care, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Thank
Hare
you. Thank you.
Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu Mataji. Sorry, I forgot to ask a question. I was thinking of asking from Balaram Jayanti. I was listening to class and from that I was thinking to ask, so why Lord Balaram was so much affectionate to Duryodhan, even though he had so many bad qualities and he was so ill to the Pandavas? Because we know that Lord Balaram is affectionate to the devotees, right? So why he was so affectionate to Duryodhan? Hare Krishna.
Fantastic question. In fact, Lord Balaram's, glorification was done by Duryodhan. He sang a stotra glorifying Lord Balaram.
So Balaram actually taught Duryodhan Gada Yudh, and because Duryodhan, humbly came to him, asked for it. So Balaram said, "Sure, I will teach you." And so Balaram was seemed generally favorable to Duryodhan, and he stayed in Mithila also to give association to Duryodhan in the Gada Yudh. And he wanted to give he also wanted to give Subhadra to Duryodhan. Balaram wanted Subhadra to marry Duryodhan, and Krishna wanted Subhadra to marry Arjun. And somehow, of course, Krishna won, and but Balaram had the soft corner. Because the way to understand is that there are two kinds of Kripa Shakti. There is a Sakapata Kripa, Sakapata Kripa Shakti, and Nishkapata Kripa Shakti. So externally, it seemed like Duryodhan received mercy, but actually he did not. Similarly, like Banasura and Ravana, they appear to have received the mercy of Mahadev or Lord Shiva. But acharyas say that Duryodhan and Ravana and Banasura, they got Sakapata mercy. Kapat means cheating or with ulterior motives. So Sakapata and Nishkapata Kripa is what the devotees aspire. So Duryodhan got Sakapata mercy because, and the proof of that is that they got wealth and fame and position, but they did not get Krishna Prem. So it was Kripa, but it was Sakapata Kripa. They got material. You can also say it's not material mercy, but mercy that enables you to get material things, but not Krishna Prema. But Nishkapata Kripa enables you to either get material things or not get material things, but definitely we will get Krishna Prema.
And also we should understand that Duryodhan, he was, becoming the favorite of Lord Balaram, or he liked Lord Balaram because he wanted some selfish things from Lord Balaram. He wanted to learn Gada Yudh because Lord Balaram is the most, he's the best in, fighting with the club. So he wanted to learn that, and he had an ulterior motive of, winning Subhadra's hand. So like this, he had all this cheating propensity, and because of that, he was not able to even love Balaram properly, And so
one time, Srila Prabhupada, he was sitting on the Vyasasana, and devotees asked, Prabhupada, we are not getting your personal association. It's become so rare, and we want to be close to you always. And so Srila Prabhupada said, you want to be close to me? Look, this mosquito on my hand, this is the living entity which is closest to me right now. But what is this mosquito doing? It's only sucking my blood. So it's not important whether you are close to me or far away from me. It's important that in our consciousness, how we are associating with Srila Prabhupada. In the same way, Duryodhan was like a mosquito sucking Balaram's all the sakapata kripa from Balaram. So he got wealth and he got the power and the strength, but he did not get Krishna prem. Those who are true recipients of nishkapata kripa, they get Krishna prema. So this is another example of understanding that how Duryodhan had faith in Balaram, but not Krishna and the Pandavas. Sometimes a disciple may be full of enthusiasm for their own guru, but then they may neglect or offend other Vaishnavas, or may not be interested in chanting Harinam. So it may appear that they are very close to their guru and may get big position, but they don't get the same quality of mercy that a surrendered disciple may get. So Duryodhan, so if we are like just saying Jai Gurudev, Jai Srila Prabhupada, and we are getting positions and things like that, which is good, but at the same time, if we are neglecting the other Vaishnavas and not caring for them, or caring to respect them, or not chanting Harinam, not chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, meaning neglecting Krishna, then we are like Duryodhan. And then we'll get position and fame and power. But if we are really sincere, then, and we are not really looking for pleasing Krishna and following the Vani instructions of our Guru, then we will remain like Duryodhan.
Hope this answers your question.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the wonderful explanations. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Okay, any other questions or comments? If not, we can end here. Thank you all for your comments and reflections, realizations, and questions. Vansha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta Koti